Hi, my name is Brianna, and welcome to my reaction commentary channel. Today we're going to be reacting to Season 1, Episode 10 of Hannibal. Now, at the end of last episode, it was revealed that Abigail was the reluctant accomplice to her father's murders. She also dug up the body of Nicholas Boyle, putting her and Hannibal in a tight spot, which culminated in Hannibal telling Will that he aided Abigail in the cover-up of Nick's murder. My poor baby Will has not known a moment's peace in the last 9 episodes, and I don't see it for him in the future. But before we get into it, if you could do me a quick favor, please like, subscribe, ring that bell for post notifications, follow me on all my social media. That way we can skip the chit chat and get straight to the good part. Okay, when we start off with an unknown character, I'm always wondering, are you the perpetrator? Are you the victim? Nope. That was a big thud. If I was her, I would already be out of the house and I'd be like, well, I'm just sleeping in my car. My God, girl, did a comet fall through the roof? Now, girl, you know good and doggone well that those are not your footprints. You need to go. I don't understand why you're not screaming. I don't understand why you're not running. Sorry, girl. My God, is there a vampire under the bed?
Abigail Hobbs ended Nicholas Boyle. She took a life.
Yeah.
You've taken a life.
That's also true.
Yeah, so have you.
Yeah, one murderous family. We're out here catching bodies together.
We lied for her.
People who die when we have no other choice. We know in those moments, they're not flesh, but light.
Hannibal's body language, he's leaning into Will's space. Hannibal, your Franklin is showing.
Like I'm fading.
I can see that.
Have you experienced any further loss of time or hallucinations?
I'm not even sure that this is real.
I'd like you to draw a clock face.
Why?
Often as you can, think of where you are and when.
Will definitely does need grounding techniques.
7:16 p.m. Baltimore, Maryland. My name is Will Graham.
A handle to reality for you to hold on to. I know you're alive.
My God, Will. But at this point, no, we need a medical team. We need specialists. I need blood work. I want to know about his cholesterol. Because this is not just psychological. This is definitely physiological. Gross. I don't fish, but I don't think that's how fish work. Will, did you just get a faulty fish? Or is this even happening? Because I really don't know. My God.
Will.
Yeah, the whole team, y'all all saw that. Y'all can all see that he is not stable and he's not doing well. Nurse, come get him. Jack? Hey, I gave you kudos last episode. You were right about Abigail. I need you to get on the right train of thought when it comes to Will. And better yet, the right course of action.
What happened in there?
I'm asking the same question.
I got confused.
I've seen you confused and I've seen you upset, but I've never seen you afraid like this.
Got disoriented. I can go back in.
I saw the look on your face when you came out of that room.
Icely.
Will, you contaminated the crime scene.
That's a big deal.
Thought I was responsible for it.
Sometimes with what I do.
What you do is you take all of the evidence available at a crime scene. You don't think of yourself as the killer.
Jack, don't piss me off. Don't tell Will what he experiences. How about you let him talk and let him explain to you what's actually going on?
But I am officially concerned about you.
You should have been officially concerned in episode 1.
I just want to be careful with you.
He has a point.
We don't want to break you here. Is that what's happening? Have I broken you?
Yeah, he's broken.
She drowned on her own blood.
She was trying to hide from him.
I dragged her there. He was waiting under the bed for her.
I've got a clean set of prints on the knife handle. I assume they're yours.
Sorry.
See, I love that. He didn't make a big deal about it.
Victim scratched her killer deep enough to pile tissue under the fingernails. Never drew blood.
Why didn't he bleed?
After he cut up the victim's face, looks like he was trying to pull her skin back.
Like he was removing a mask.
That reminds reminds me of the Black Tapes podcast episode in season 1, the girl with the upside down face. That was my favorite episode.
What do you know to be true?
I know I didn't kill her.
That's a plus.
I couldn't have, but I remember cutting into her. I remember watching her die.
And there's 2 minuses.
I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror, and I looked right through me.
You have to honestly confront your limitations with what you do.
All right, Hannibal, you pushed up on Will a little hard. I mean, this is not the time and place. He's having a mental breakdown. Calm down with your flirting tactics.
What do you accept?
I know what kind of crazy I am, and this isn't that kind of crazy. This could be seizures. This could be a tumor, a blood clot.
It's something. There's something going on.
I can recommend a neurologist. But if it isn't physiological, then you have to accept what you're struggling with. It's mental illness.
Yes and no. If that statement was said by almost anybody else, I would probably agree. But because it came from Hannibal, I can smell the manipulation in the air.
You're in very good hands. Dr. Lecter here is one of the sanest men I know.
Oh, really? Then I don't trust this doctor at all. I'm sorry.
I was always drawn to how the mind works. I found it much more dynamic than how the brain works.
The projected image is more interesting than the projector, until, of course, the projector breaks down.
Did you just call Will a broken projector?
So, Will, these headaches, when did they begin in earnest?
Episode 1.
I just slowly became aware that I might not be dreaming.
Yeah, it's bad. Y'all know it's bad.
It's encephalitis.
That's your pre-diagnosis?
Yes,
Based on?
I could smell it.
Hannibal, how do you do this, sir?
He started sleepwalking and I noticed a very specific scent.
And what exactly does encephalitis smell like?
Good question.
It has heat, a fevered sweetness.
So Will smells hot and sweet to you, Hannibal? This might explain a lot.
Symptoms began slowly and gradually worsened. And yesterday, I asked him to draw a clock.
It didn't go well.
Spatial neglect. It's all the telltale signs.
It is so rare to be able to study the psychological effect of this type of malady on a person's mind. A doctor has to weigh the ultimate benefit of scientific study. Even in these terms, we know so little about the brain. There are great discoveries to be made.
No. He's not a test dummy. What are we doing? He has a list of symptoms that fit a diagnosis. We're finally getting medical treatment for Will, and y'all two want to play games because y'all want to observe and write in papers? Well, in that other episode, when they did the list of most likely jobs that a psychopath would have, doctor/surgeon was on that list. But also, these visuals are giving me Teen Wolf vibes. Void Styles is my favorite style.
Right side of his brain is completely inflamed. It's anti-NMDA receptor encephalitis. The symptoms are only going to get worse.
I know. It's unfortunate for Will.
Hannibal, it's about to be unfortunate for you when I fight you over my boy Will. I gave you props for calling Will your friend in the last episode. But then again, this is probably on me, because I've expected too much out of a psychopath. Will, get better, friends.
We didn't find anything abnormal. Nothing. There's nothing wrong with you neurologically.
I really hope that this doctor gets the axe.
Look, we'll run some more tests. We'll take some more blood samples, but I imagine they'll prove to be just as inconclusive.
Nah, see, now this is gonna piss me off. And people are gonna be like, oh, Brianna, this is where you draw the line out of not letting Will know about his medical diagnosis. Yes, I had to draw the line somewhere. I've already looked past Hannibal's cannibalism, his murders, his manipulation, the way that he bashed in Alana's head. But Will is searching for answers. Here's an answer with treatment, which is rare enough. They're not gonna allow him to have access to his own health information.
He'll survive anything I can put him through. He will always fight his way back to himself.
Jack, you don't know
Not
that.
always.
You're hoping for that, but you don't know that at all.
He saw a neurologist today. They found nothing wrong with him. He was very upset by that.
You're saying he wanted something to be wrong?
No, I'm saying that he knows something's wrong and you guys are hiding it from him.
When you take him to a crime scene, Jack, the very air has screams smeared on it. In those places, he doesn't just reflect. He absorbs.
The two foremost, mentor figures in Will's life are letting my boy down. Now Will is at a crime scene in the middle of the night by himself. We need to know his whereabouts for his own safety.
It's 10:36. I'm in Greenwood, Delaware. My name is Will Graham.
I'm happy that you're doing the exercises. Will, I saw that too. I need you to call for backup. This is the time you call for backup, not look under the bed. Put it down! The lady's arm skin came off like a glove. I'm disturbed.
1:17 a.m.
Is it?
We're in Greenwood, Delaware.
Are we?
And my name is Will Graham.
That part's true.
And you're alive. If you can hear me, you're alive.
All right, are we sure it's not a Wendigo? I'm just throwing it out there. Good job, Will. I would have called Beverly too.
Why did you call me?
But Beverly, I wouldn't have went out there alone.
Called you because I'm not entirely sure what I saw was real.
Honest.
I grabbed her arm, and an entire layer of dead skin separated from the underlying tissue, like she was wearing a glove.
What did you do with it?
I don't know.
Will, check your pockets. Did you put her arm in your pocket?
Could be a staphylococcal infection, that or leprosy.
She was deranged.
Oh, I feel bad for this antagonist.
So she mutilated a woman's face because she thought it was a mask.
She can't see faces. If she did kill Beth LeBeau, she might not even know she did it.
You're the subject of a lot of speculation at the Bureau.
I'm not surprised.
The Jack pushed you right up to the edge, and now you're pushing yourself over.
This killer can't accept her reality. I can occasionally identify with that.
He's not lying.
That said, I feel relatively sane.
Yeah, that's not helping. That doesn't make me feel better. I really hope that this version of the clock goes better, but once again, it's a very nice circle that he can draw. I'm really trying. I just want my boy Will to be okay.
Thank you for humoring me.
Oh, Lord. Oh, my God.
When you found her, your sanity did not leave you.
Time did.
You lost time again.
Yeah, it's getting worse. All of his symptoms are getting worse. Hannibal?
You wouldn't publish anything about me, would you, Dr. Lecter? Just do me a favor and publish it posthumously.
All right, well, that's not funny. And I like dark humor as much as the next person, but I'm actually worried about you, sir.
Have you considered Cotard syndrome? It's a rare delusional disorder in which a person believes he or she is dead. The inability to identify others is associated with Cotard's.
She felt betrayed, became violent.
She can't trust anything or anyone she once knew to be trustworthy.
Y'all better get into the parallels between her and Will. Will can't trust anyone, and Bedelia already said that Hannibal wears a person veil. So what I need is 2 ambulances. One for the girl, and one for Will.
We matched tissue samples from the crime scene to your daughter's medical records.
I was almost relieved when I got that phone call. I thought that you'd found her and she would be at peace.
Quick side note, shout out casting director, because the mom and the actress playing the daughter, they favor.
When did you first recognize that your daughter was struggling with mental illness?
When she was 9, and she told me that she was thinking about killing me, and said that she was already dead.
Yeah, that's a big sign. That was a big sign.
She had seizures, hallucinations, psychotic depression.
Jack, I see the parallels as well, but you don't have to be so obvious. Stop staring at Will so hard.
What did her doctor say?
Not much.
You mean like Will's current doctor?
Blood tests and brain scans, and all of them inconclusive. They could never tell me what was wrong.
Wait, is that the actress that was in that show, Dead Like Me from the early 2000s? I love that show. And I think her name was Georgia in that too.
But mostly what I learned is how little is actually known about mental illness.
Managing your expectations.
Changing my expectations.
We do need change.
You know, when Miriam last died, I had to come back here to this office to pack up. That got to be too overwhelming. I thought I should just leave, seeing as how I had gotten a trainee killed. That lack of leadership on my part, that was my responsibility.
Okay, self-reflection. Let's get into it. Let's dig a little deeper.
I broke the rules.
By letting an unstable agent do field work?
Special agent, why are you still here when the both of us know that this is bad for you?
Because he's a good person. He cares about the victims.
Let me tell you what I think. I think that the work you do here has created a sense of stability for you.
Stability is good, but introducing him to a new crime scene by the worst serial killers in the nation every single week is never good for Will.
I am bedrock. When you doubt yourself, you don't have to doubt me too.
Yes and no. Because Jack is also still being influenced by Hannibal. And Hannibal purposely misdirects Jack on how to deal with Will. Everything is bad. Everyone's stressed. I'm stressed.
If the meat eater thinks it's superior, then belief determines value.
I don't like this guy.
So we know how Iberico gets his pigs. How did you get yours?
Excuse me? Did you just call Will a pig?
Are you referring to Will Graham?
Hannibal, if you eat this guy, I'm gonna
I know
let it
you're fond
pass.
of the rarefied.
It'll be the one good thing you've
What
done so
makes
far
him
in
so
this
rare?
episode. Will, did you fall asleep again? Are you sleepwalking? I can never tell. Hey, no matter if he's dreaming or not, at least Will didn't contaminate the crime scene this time by putting his fingerprints on things.
Dr. Sutcliffe?
It's not funny. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's messed up.
You're clean. You couldn't have done this without getting something on you, and there's nothing on you.
Thank you, Beverly, for letting Will know directly that he did not commit this murder.
I have a habit of collecting strays. I told her, tried to tell her. The night I saw her, I tried to tell her she was alive. Maybe she heard me.
It's the empathy. Hey, Will, this isn't like the raccoon when you were hearing those auditory hallucinations and the dogs didn't react. Your dogs are going off. Girl, if you don't get from under the bed, 1, that's terrifying. 2, dogs, I need y'all to let me know when a person breaks into my house and crawls under my bed.
It's midnight. You're in Wolf Trap, Virginia. Your name is Georgia Madgen. You're not alone. We are here together.
Oh, that was really nice. I don't know. You know what? I'm all here for Will giving her the human contact that she needs, but also, yes, Will, be very gentle, because I don't need her hand coming off.
She's being treated like a burn victim.
But she'll recover mentally.
She has Cotard syndrome. Almost all sufferers of this delusion recover with treatment. I'm more concerned about Will.
Thought you'd be more concerned about your colleague, Dr. Sutcliffe.
Oh, Hannibal does not give a damn about him.
How much do you think she'll remember?
I sincerely hope for her sake she doesn't remember much.
I mean, at this point, it's probably just best for her long-term health if she does not remember as much as she cannot remember. Hannibal, sir. Okay, remember earlier in the episode when I said that this guy can get the axe and I wouldn't care if Hannibal ate him? I still stand by that. Oh yeah, she can't see faces. Which would make her a very unreliable witness to this murder. And Hannibal used the murder weapon from the original crime scene. That's messed up, because my girl is already suffering, but Hannibal, that was smart. And alright, that concludes season 1, episode 10 of Hannibal. And a lot happened this episode. I'm glad that we got kind of a deeper dive into Will's mental state and obviously his physical health when it comes to his diagnosis of encephalitis. And the simple fact that Hannibal is hiding that from Will. Hannibal did not help us in any way, shape, or form in this episode, even though I would have liked it a lot better if Hannibal wasn't in full Hannibal mode when it came to Will. Out of all the messed up things that Hannibal has done so far this season, I really feel like this might be the first step in me being like, no, Hannibal, I'll fight you. I feel like every other character in this show finally has had their own experience with Will being unstable, even to the point of compromising a crime scene and putting his fingerprints on the murder weapon. This was displayed in the last episode when Alana called Will unstable to his face. Shout out to my girl Beverly for being a good friend to Will. I really like that he called her when he was having trouble establishing reality from his hallucinations. She's a good person to lean on. I trust her judgment, and she uses logic over emotion. Crawford is doing better. It's taken us a long time to get here, and the fact that we're on an upswing with him and his concern for Will, I'll take it. Crawford is working on his self-reflection, and he's recognizing the parallels between Miriam Last, this week's antagonist, and Will. It really fits Crawford's character that when he became the most concerned about Will is after Will contaminated a crime scene and got his fingerprints on the murder weapon. I have no idea where we're going from here. But I'd like to thank you for watching this with me. Please, on your way out, if you could do me a quick favor, like, subscribe, ring that bell for post notifications. Follow me on all my social media. That way I can see you next time with another one. Bye, y'all.